Assalamualaikum. I'm Iki Ali
I'm Sally.
and we are Brothers Ali. So okay, to first start, you see this thing? This is we went to an event for like apparently a streaming service that is actually there for a while,
Yeah.
a local one, and its aim is primarily at like kids, Muslim kids, to grow up in a safely controlled entertainment environment.
Putting parents' mind at ease.
Yeah, so the app is called Durioo Plus, and yeah, so we went there, and there's like
For the second anniversary.
for the second episode, yes. So we went through the event, go through the agendas and everything, showing their growth, which is a nice thing to know. And then we get to the real meat of the entire, for us at least, the entire event, of the highlight of the day, so to speak. So we saw the teaser of the next Malaysian animated series, because as you know, Malaysian animation scene is quite flourishing right now, with the likes of like so many IPs, and the ones in recent memories that I can remember is the Power Sphera universe, which is conjured after the, I mean, it was started with Bobo Boy, and then there's Mekamatu, which is a prequel to Bobo Boy, and then they decided to make it into a universe of some sorts, and they call it the Power Sphera universe.
Yeah, we have Upin Ipin, and then we also have like Agent Ali.
So those are like bangers. So when there's a new, I don't know, a new entry in the anime, as they call it.
There's a term.
There's a term for it, anime. Yeah. So yeah, in the a new addition to the anime canon. So it's called ILM, The Rise of the Khalifah, or in Malay, ILM, Kebangkitan Khalifah.
Bersama kesusahan, ada kesenangan.
So yeah, when they decided to like showcase the I saw the teaser, I'm like, this is quite interesting, let's see.
Yeah.
Because it's like they thought it as like being sci-fi action, while also being very educational, because
And Islamic.
yeah, very Islamic, because the premise of the show itself is about, in the far future, there's this like an evil regime led by a guy called Zalim, which means evil in Arabic.
Zaleem. That's his name.
Yeah. So they were like trying to progress the world, but for them, Islamic values and history is not important, so they want to eradicate it at all costs. But there's like a group of clandestine good guys called the Sahabah. So their job is to like gather all these historical codex about the companions of Prophet Muhammad, and other things related to the the glory days of Islam scattered throughout the world.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, the Sahabas were, they became casualty in a war.
They got deleted.
Yeah, they got deleted.
They got derest.
The rest, yeah, we're throwing Tron references there. So here's where the story begins. So in the years after that war that collapses the Sahaba, there's like a bunch of trackers. So we can focus on two of them at least. I don't know if they're gonna show more, because we only see the first two episodes. So I can't remember the names right now.
One of them is Siddiq.
One of them is Siddiq, yes. So so they are tasked with collecting these codexes for this program called ILM, to like, yeah, to rebuild Islam, make it great again. Yeah, I think that's the whole premise of it. And then Zalim is still around and try to make sure that doesn't happen.
The idea is, long ago, before the Sabah is destroyed, they try to like scatter and compartmentalize all of these, what do you call it, thing, ilm in general, that consists of a lot of like different knowledges and everything.
Codexes, yeah.
They and then they turn up after a while as condensed artifacts.
Yeah.
Right. So there are people who would gather all of these artifacts in small chunks in order to bring them together and like in a modular way build up to a big universal search of knowledge. So they can rebuild the ways of the Sahabah and fight against Zalim, because after the Sahabah is destroyed, right? This Zalim regime just conquered the entire world. So in the efforts, they think in the efforts that, I mean, the destination is, if they have guided all of this knowledge, they would have the, as knowledge is power, whatever, the ability to stand a chance to retake the world from Sahabah to make it
A more a more free world, but in a good way, because to them, yeah. So that's
no. I mean, like, freedom is subjective, but in the sense of,
yes,
like, these people who are following the path of the Sahabah, it wants to bring back access to knowledge that was like so long has been sealed away from the populace of the world.
yeah. So yeah,
Yeah.
that's where the educational part of the series comes from.
Yeah.
It's trying to educate youngsters to learn more about Prophet Muhammad's companions
Yes.
and their history and what they do and what is the contribution.
Yeah. We will get to that.
Yeah.
Right. All right. So let's take it from the start. Right.
All right.
In the first episode, we see that there's two, like, two of these people. Like, one of them is Siddiq. Right.
Yes.
I don't remember the other. Is it Omar? I don't remember his
I
name.
can remember.
But
Yeah.
they were training to see who would become the leader for their next mission, right? So they successfully elected one of them who won the fight.
So it's Siddiq. You don't want to remember the name, is the leader.
Yeah. So they have located nearby a signal of one of the artifacts, right? One of the ilm codex. So they went there. There is like a canyon, right? While they were trying to pursue this codex, they find like a signal of a bunch of pursuers.
Yeah, pursuers.
They're like, um, in a way, foot soldiers of Zalim.
Yeah. They're just simply called minions.
They are after the same thing,
Yeah.
but they
Their intent is to destroy it while the two trackers are trying to harness it.
when they try
For
to
good.
escape from detection, right? They stumble upon an animal.
Yeah, some sort of creature. Yeah.
Yeah. So they
Like kaiju,
Yes.
Yeah.
The monster go after them, and they went inside a cave. That turns out to be the lair of this animal, and then they found out the reason why the animal go beast mode
Yeah.
is because she wants to protect her children. So apparently, amongst the children, there's also an egg.
And that egg is one of the codex.
Yeah, like it was confusing at first,
Yeah.
because we thought that it's an egg that haven't hatched yet, but it turns out it's like one of the codex that appears in the form of an egg.
Yeah.
So what I like about this show is that, okay, the show, the from what I can see is 12 minutes long per episode, and they're gonna leave some space for ads in case if they want to put it on TV or something.
No, it is also in app ads. Also, they have ads.
Oh yeah. Right. The point is there's space for that.
Yeah.
So the show does not waste any time.
Yeah.
When we said they were training, the story just goes in.
Yeah.
I like the pacing of the story, and also the choreography is quite nice. I mean, there's like a variety of moves that from interviews, I don't think it's based on any particular martial arts style or anything like that. They look fancy and they look fun. The movement, there is a variety, and they do this thing where they announce certain name of
The moves.
moves, which
Yeah.
like what I find kind of weird is just like in comparison to Bobo Boy. I think Bobo Boy they better
Okay.
in the sense that they say kuasa 2, kuasa 3 or something, right?
Yeah.
Because then the entire show is Malay. The main language is Malay, And then when they say the name of the powers, it's also in Malay. As compared to this, for some reason they go for English when they say the name of the powers, which is like, I feel kind of weird.
It's similar to Mekamato. Mekamato does that too.
Yeah, Mekamato does that too apparently. But you know, I don't really like that. But at the same time, it does. It is easier for people to understand,
It
right?
also
What
is
they
for
say.
kids,
Yeah.
so
I think the point is to be a little bit more, promote being bilingual, right? Like
yeah, I think
you
so.
see the
Yeah.
Malay and then you get a little bit of English here and there, which is like I see that it helps in terms of like wanting to make children learn more, but at the same time, I think it's less coherent in my opinion. But yeah, when you see the show, it already knows what it is from the get go. I mean, it wants to be very educational.
Yeah.
It wants to teach like kids how to be more courteous, good manners, and
And also
driven.
driven
To
and
fight for the
to
sake
think
of a
critically
greater
even.
good. Yes, to think critically even.
Yeah.
I like that they focus on those aspects, and to me the story starts to pick up on the second episode.
Yeah.
I think we can move on straight to the second episode. So, we want to focus these reviews on just these two because that's what we got in the preview, right? So in this second episode, okay, I want to make this comparison because there's another good animation show. I think, no, it is a good animation show, Clone Wars. I
Okay.
remember the earlier episodes where Master Yoda do like a lot of evasive maneuvers and do a lot of hiding, and then there are some clones, the people, the foot soldiers that escort Master Yoda to certain mission. We're talking about Star Wars, of course. And then they were like, I thought you're like a great, Jedi, and you can use the Force, you can just save the day and complete the mission. But what Yoda was thinking about is if he does complete the mission, I'm sorry, sir. I'm getting a little bit ahead of myself. So they
Okay.
went to a similar situation, a canyon also, and there is a bunch of droids, a bunch of robots going after Yoda and his companions, trying to complete some kind of mission, which I don't remember what. But the thing is, they were what do you call it? Thing? They were cornered. So Master Yoda, who is a powerful fighter, he's supposed to be able to just save the day. But he's trying not to do that because in doing so, he would expose his companions to a bunch of attacks from the droids. He wants to make sure to complete the mission while keeping everyone safe. So he does a lot of evasive maneuvers. It reminds me of that. In this show, early on, we see that immediately the two main characters are doing evasive maneuvers. They try to hide. They try to do anything they can to avoid direct combat with some of these minions. Even though um, one of them were destroyed by the monster they found earlier, but what we find out later that this like minion, just one minion, right? This one foot soldier in this world of packs a lot of punch.
Yeah.
And that surprised the heck out of me, especially when the two what do you call it? I would say suit or robot. I mean
The Max, the two Max.
the two Max. They ride the robot like they control from the inside, but it's like slightly bigger, or like at least two three times bigger than normal human size, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So they kind of big, right? But the minion that is going after them, like I said, because the other one was destroyed by the kaiju. So the minion that is left is way smaller. That it's at least three times smaller than the max of CD and Omar.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So in this case, what makes it interesting is that even though it's smaller, it is kind of manhandling them, which one um, immediately answers why they've been running for the better part of the first episode from this minion. And man, the fight was really good. They go all out. It was like move after move after move, and I like the fact that even though it takes a little bit of time for battle to commence, but when it does, um, the pacing, on top of the pacing of the storytelling, the pacing of the fight, it feels very energetic, very kinetic and all that. I like it. And you want to say something about the fight?
Wait, okay. Yeah, I do. No, actually not really, because I don't look so much at the technical stuff of like in universe kind of thing. I'm more interested in like the technical, like outside, like the making of it, or maybe a little bit about how they make the story. Because
Yeah.
initially in my earlier notes for my thoughts, I was like seeing this as negative or something. I was like, what if? Because in the end it was
No,
revealed.
no. Then we continue a bit about the fight, right? And then we
Oh,
finish up.
you still have.
I just want to say this, since
Alright,
it,
alright, alright.
like just finish it up.
Alright, continue
It
about the fight.
is I like the fact that they do a one two punch type of deal. I mean, they gang on the minion, and then they, beat that minion in a way that is kind of intelligent with a bit of diversion. And yeah, they both use everything that they got instead of holding back. So I already got like Avatar vibes, the cartoon, because everybody are not the strongest of fighters, but they give it their all. So we're not gonna get like dampen attempts. It's like a proper attempt. Like I will leave it there without like spoiling too much. Okay, you want to continue on
Okay,
about like some of the negatives of the show?
it's like initially turned negative, but I'll try to see if still a negative. So okay, I just remember I just
I
like
mean, no, not necessarily negative. I think it's like because he told me this earlier. It is kind of like a small critique.
a small critique, yeah. And just a reminder, I just found out that the name of the other companion is Farouk.
Farouk.
Siddiq and
Okay,
Farouk.
sorry. Siddiq and Farouk.
Because Omar is a character
Yes.
name for their other IP.
Okay, sorry,
Omar
sorry.
and Hana. It's the totally
Sorry,
different
sorry.
demographic for and different show altogether. So yeah, I mean,
We're learning as we go.
yeah, yeah, and this is also an educational show, so we're learning as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, so okay, initially, on my small critique about how they conduct the story is initially so it was revealed that the codex, I'm not sure is they're gonna have like different kind of ilm or knowledge for each codex, for each episode or something. I'm not sure how they're gonna handle that part of the story, part of the lore. But um for this episode, it was revealed that the codex that they got is about Abu Bakr as-Siddiq, which is one of Prophet Muhammad's companions, and of course, it's the name of one of the characters. And it was mentioned that
The main character, his name is already like based on Abu Bakar Siddiq.
yeah, and I don't know if gonna keep this up or something, but initially when I see this, it would be like awesome if like, because it was revealed that Abu Bakar Siddiq was like a very prominent tactician, maybe in the War of Khandaq, which is something about making like a trench, right? Like it's like a trench warfare. So I'm like, what if for each and every mission that they're going through to get that codex, it mirrors the struggles of the companions of Rasulullah, of Prophet Muhammad.
Yeah, this is because like when you try to tell a compelling story, if the theme goes with the things that you want to express, which in this case they want to share the trivia of some of the sirah regarding
History regarding, yeah.
like a historical figure, right?
Yeah.
They might as well make the mission,
Mirrors the
yeah, like
struggles.
for example, you know,
Like I
in the
said.
conduct there's like the trenches, right?
But I guess now that I see it, they're in a canyon, so it's sort of like a trench. I don't know, it's like a stretch or something.
Yeah.
But if this is what they're doing, if this is what they're going for, yeah, keep this up, because this is
But I think they need to lean on it a bit more.
Yeah,
They're already on the right direction, but they need to lean a little bit more
Yeah.
to make it memorable. Like, okay, let me give you an example. To keep it more tight and very structured. So the idea is, because it's just 12 minutes of runtime per episode, you want to make it very concise and condensed. So if you learn the theme well along with the lessons that you learn, not only that episode, each and every episode, when people start to document them or have it in their brain, you know, like for example, if parents, let's say, watch it with their kids, but they're reminded of the show and they're reminded of like, oh, this lesson have been taught in this show, in that one episode. So how do they remember? So if the episodes like trivia is matched well with the theme of the episode, it becomes easier for the parents to pick up, okay, which episode. If they don't remember by number or by order of release, they can just like, okay, I can search for the title of this episode, which has the same theme and it teach similar lesson. So they can just pick it out. Okay, this is what I want to show my kids again. So it works like that. It works in the long run. It's easier for categorization and storytelling, and make each and every episode impactful as they can be, and very organized.
Yeah, and okay, so this is actually an actual critique, I would say. So it has like a localization identity crisis, I would say, because I've seen like I said, like the examples I given before, like Upin Ipin, Mekamato, Bobo Boy, Agent Ali. So they're primarily catering towards the Malaysian market. And then when it got traction, then they spread out and localize it to those languages. I'm like, when I saw the, because I'm also in the dub, I was or still am in the dubbing industry. So when I see the lip sync, the lips, it's like, are you trying to speak? Is that English or is that Malay? Because I'm like, yeah, the lip syncing issue, because I don't know, because the app itself, it has big aspirations to expand across the globe.
Yes.
But I think what they need to do first is to build a strong presence locally first. So the fact that they choose to do the lip syncing of the characters in English instead of Malay is a confusing proposition, I would say.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think it will be better if they focus on doing pick a language, speak in Malay, and animate the mouth following the Malay. And when they say the name of their powers, since they're going for like a mix of both, they can go for English and lip sync when they say those names in English. So when they then do dubbing or subtitling, people can then learn, um you know, that this is a Malay show and this is the equivalent of this word, or the translation of this word in Malay as compared to English or any other languages. Like the what is important is here is this, right? A lot of people that I know, when they watch a Korean show, for example, they were able to learn Korean. And how do they learn? They watch it and they look at the subtitles, whether it be Malay or English, right? They start to do translation as they go along, and they become better at both languages. Let's say they watch in Korean, the Korean original voice in the Korean show, and then they listen to they look at the BM subtitle. They can like learn that language as they go along, to the point that they know Korean at heart. So they become better, you know, linguistic people, right? So if you apply it to this, so if people look at it in Malay, right, and then people look at international people, for example, most would lean on either English or Mandarin. So they pick the subtitle that they choose. They can also then learn Malay. Our language will represents where this animation come from. So in doing so, not only do people get to practice, the Malay language, for example, they can also learn about our culture and the origin. But at the same time, whatever happens when you release this show, if the language that you choose first is to be Malay, the important thing is the lip syncing has to be lip syncing to Malay. Isn't that right?
Yes, yes, yes. Yeah, I think so. Okay, there's one more thing that kind of bugged me with the way they handle subtitles. Like, for example, there's like many instances where the characters were instructed to hold on or wait or be patient before moving for the attack. So usually in the spoken language of the movie itself, which is Malay, all those words that I said, like patience, hold on, or wait, is along the lines of sabar or sabr, an Arabic word which means those things. So when doing things like this, I get the point of trying to instill the values of patience in your children, but linguistically it's jarring to see it being rendered in its Arabic transliteration, I would call it. In the subtitles, you could have just like contextualize it as the words that I said, like patience, wait, or hold. Those kind of things. I hope it's just a thing that happens in the preview and not the final release that's coming to the platform. So yeah. And they have this like, they also advertise the technology that they have with AI and everything. If they have the means to do it, because there's still a startup. They just started like, yeah, this is the second anniversary, so the only 2 years old at this point. Yeah, they have this interesting thing with technology and AI censorship and all that. Maybe they can develop a technology where, you know, I mean, to maybe cut costs, they can have like the AI model trained to have like different lip syncing for different dubbing, and then code that into like the different audio track somehow. I don't know how you're gonna do it. Figure that out. But yeah, I think that would be interesting instead of going this weird route of like um dubbing the audio being Malay but the lips of the characters is English, because it's very very jarring. And even the cadence and nuances of these two different languages, Malay and English, are not the same. So when you try to like shove in Malay nuances and cadence into English, it's kind of feel very very, it took you out of it.
Very jarring.
Very jarring, yeah.
So, um, all in all, I think I can see a potential in this show,
Yeah.
especially when we haven't seen that the star, which
Yeah,
is
the star is
which is Alif Sata. His character is not yet in.
revealed. I mean, it honestly revealed, but it's not yet in the episodes so far
Yeah.
that we saw. Yeah, yeah.
So maybe when we get to that part, it becomes better. I mean, like, even if there's like a room for improvement, maybe the improvement has already been done in later episodes within the same season. And
Hopefully,
yeah,
because if we don't know, because they have like all these interesting breadcrumbs that they put out. For example, the Alif Sata character, can remember the name of the character right now?
Ishak, I think.
Ishak. Yes, yes, yes. Ishak, which is I think like a sort of like mentor to Siddiq and Farouk, maybe. I'm
Yeah.
not mistaken. And
We will share you the clip of the media interview which we also a part of,
yeah,
where he explained further about his character.
the press conference.
Yeah, I think that's as far as the reveal that we got. We didn't get any clip
Yeah, I
with
mean,
the character.
the break comes as in within the show itself, like I don't know, like you see even like what you said, like which is in the press conference clip, you said about the martial arts move that he did, or like
No,
there's
no,
even
I
like,
didn't. I didn't say that.
oh,
I asked them about that.
oh,
I
okay,
asked them.
I mean,
They didn't say. They didn't mention any specific martial arts. They were like
what did you see?
basing the movements of
On,
the characters on the people
yeah,
of that world on.
and
So,
apparently like Isa also have like some scars in him. Maybe they're gonna reveal that. I don't know. Yeah. So
and yeah, if they're not um improving like over time in the same season, right, I hope if they ever, not on wood, if they ever get a season 2, it will get even better. And I hope that you guys show support, because this show, although action packed, is very child friendly.
It
Uh, uh,
is, yeah.
yeah,
It's self-friendly.
totally safe.
Yeah,
I think anyone can watch this because I think it's pretty safe. It's a very team show. It's kind of fun. It has good messages and decent characters, which they can brush up a bit on the script
and
a
yeah,
bit.
yeah, the script is awkward, and they can like try to learn, like iron out and seamlessly weave between the educational part and the actual story, because the concept is very very interesting. I imagine, because if this show takes off, because how Malaysian IPs animated ones usually work is, they show the series first, and if it takes off, an interest for a feature film would be there. So I'm imagining,
That
because
applies to everything, man.
I know, but especially Malaysia, that's how they do it. That's how they do it in
Yeah,
Malaysia.
yeah, yeah.
Hear me out, because I also said this thing in the press conference. This kind of premise will lend itself like very well in the Dune-like setting, because everything is so bleak and then everything is scattered around and need to gather that would be so cool. But I guess it's for kids, so what do I know? This is it's for those age groups. We're just there to like appreciate the effort in trying to be a safe entertainment safe for kids.
For first entry, not their first entry. I mean, first entry of like that is sci-fi,
And actiony.
actiony, futuristic, and surprisingly, that it works. It's like far in the future, right? The setting, but it is recovering old information
Artifacts.
and history and
History,
everything
yeah,
like
yeah,
that.
recovering history, yeah.
And the show wants to focus on spreading this information, but not just willy nilly. They need to spread it, if I'm not mistaken, in secret to the people that is willing to learn and is not part of Zalim's
Regime.
the Zalim's regime.
Yeah.
So in this sense, Zalim regime sounds cooler, right?
The Zalim regime. Yeah.
But not part of the Zalim regime. So this is actually mirroring the
Yeah, the
like
actual
the
struggles.
struggles of the Sahaba in days of old in our actual history.
Yeah.
So I like where they are going with this. The potential, the world building, the is like immense. There's so many story to tell,
Yeah.
and I can't wait to see more than just a canyon. I can't wait to see oasis, more greenery, and
Yeah.
other places like that. This with people from different villages and whatnot.
Oh yeah, I have like one criticism, another criticism, because I know we like, I don't know, we were with the like complimenting a bit, because there's also a lot to like, but there's one more criticism that I would like to add here,
Okay.
because they thought this as the, again going back to the sci-fi thing,
Yes.
as the first sci-fi hero animated thing. It's kind of disingenuous, because I mean, even though they don't really say it, but they kind of show it, that prior ones like Bobo Boy and Agent Ali, they're both Muslims and they came before this show. So to say that is kind of like, relax, slow your roll. Like, I know you're excited because it's like your first action oriented kids entertainment, you know. But relax, don't like, relax. Pump your brakes, okay, guys. Okay, we know you want to expand and get this to more people as much as you want, but yeah, pump your brakes is what I'm saying. So yeah, it's gonna drop starting next Saturday. I'm not sure if like the first two episodes gonna drop at the same day, or it's just one episode per week for the rest of the Ramadan on Durioo Plus. So go check it out.
Yeah,
Yeah, if
like
you're
if
interested
I'm
to
not
watch it with your
mistaken, like
kids.
if you check out right now, they are offering for whole year, right? Like a cheaper subscription
Yeah.
starting if you start subscribing during Ramadan. So yeah, be sure to check that out. I think other than this show, Durioo seems to have like a lot of
A lot of Ramadan slate that you can watch.
and
Yeah.
a lot of like in general kids show that a lot of kids that enjoy, and they have been coming they have been becoming like international.
Yeah, they're acquiring even a
Canada,
Canadian streaming service.
Ali Huda is
Yeah.
about to be part of Durioo after this.
Yeah. So yeah, I wish the best of luck for Durioo and their mission.
Yeah.
We respect you, and
Aim is a step in the right direction.
I hope they can refine the idea so that it can like be enjoyed by everyone, like make it accessible to everyone, not just like kids, because it is important for parents to properly know how to. Parents can be like a good is a conduit for spreading knowledge to your kids. So if you can make it more accessible, not just for them alone to consume it, that would be dandy.
Yeah, because it's better like if you implement improvements, parents who like, obviously cares about the kids can stay and watch these shows together with the kids.
Yep.
We don't know about the other shows, but ILM, if they improve it a bit, if the parents can enjoy and sit down, and there could be like a good bonding session.
Yep.
Because if they just make it simply for kids to enjoy and nothing much for the adult, uh the kids will kind of be left alone. That's kind of like a missed opportunity there.
Defeating the purpose ish kind of.
Not defeating the purpose. I think it meets its purpose is that it could have been better. You can open up, yourself to more audience, not just the smaller demographics. They can get also the adults in together to watch it with them.
So yeah, check out ILM if you're interested. It drops every Saturday on Ramadan, throughout Ramadan.
Yeah.
So that's it from us. Good luck, Durioo Plus. We out. Peace. Assalamualaikum.
Assalamualaikum. Okay, that's our review of ILM episode 1 and 2. If you want to see the press conference which we were involved in regarding mostly Alif Sata and his role in the show of ILM, you can watch here.